It's our next guest. It's Chris Jackson. He comes onto the War Room. Chris, how you doing, my man? Welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. Thanks a lot for having me.
Well, appreciate it. First of all, I guess we just have to say thank you because we have been using that song for a while, man.
I love you, Chris.
It's fantastic.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's funny. It's one of those, and I've probably written, well, I can't even tell you how many songs I've written. It's basically what I call a tune-up song. I restrung a guitar one day and just started picking out some stuff, and it just kind of popped out. But it's a great term, so I thought it made a pretty good song.
Okay,
so.
Now listen, I have a good, first and foremost, what was the reason? I know the term, you've heard it used, a lot of people use AssClown. And within that,
right.
One of my favorite sayings that I come up with is jag-a-mahoney. It's kind of a jag off and a Mahoney and put it together. So could you just maybe mull it over in the next when you're not?
You want your own song.
I want Chris to come up with a song with a little beat for Jag-a-Mahoney. It's a tough one because Jag J-A-G Jag a Mahoney. Jag-a-Mahoney.
Yeah,
just so you know,
Mahoney part
it's
now.
J-A-G-A.
Jag's easy.
J-A-G-A and then M-A-H-O-N-E-Y. And what it is, you get the jag off, just kind of a guy who's just an idiot, just a kind of like an ass clown. And then you have the Mahoney, which is kind of a goofball. You're just such a Mahoney, man, who doesn't get it. So I put them both together. So back to this. What was the reasoning for AssClown and turn it into a song?
Well, I don't need much for a reason. I'll write a song about anything. I've always been interested in comedy, and about half of what I write is probably comedy-oriented, the other half serious. But I was actually in a comedy band when I was in college called the Violent Marshmallows, and so I have kind of a twisted sense of humor, and it's just one of those things that pops in your head. I was the kind of kid that growing up, sitting at the breakfast table, I would think of commercials and jingles inside my head. It just kind of happened. So to some extent, it just pops in there.
Well, if he's a little demented, then he's like you and I, perfect for the show.
He fits right in. Chris, I got to think, as you were starting that song, and you came up with wearing a fedora, it was pretty much all downhill from there, I would suppose, having to come up with lyrics after that.
Yeah, that one. I'm not a huge hat fan, but caps are different.
Yeah,
everybody wears caps, but I'm always a little suspect. And maybe it's because I live in Nashville, and we have a lot of pretend cowboys that wear cowboy hats on 2nd Avenue and Broadway, and so that was just something that popped in there. And then I added another hat in it too. I think later, a Stetson. So
that line is when I hear wearing a fedora. See, I look at fedora as totally different now, right. Chris. You changed it for me.
I'm with you now, Chris. Let me ask you this: was there a guy or a person? And you may not even have to give us their name. Was there a person in mind when AssClown came about? Was there somebody in mind? He said, "Yep, this is perfect for this dude."
Yeah. Well, it was kind of a composite, I will say. But yeah, and the initial thing was probably a guy that I knew, and then from there you kind of add other things in it, which is kind of common with at least the way I write songs. Is if you just wrote about one thing, it'd be pretty boring. So you just take one idea and kind of build upon that. But we've all known AssClowns.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
Oh, yes, we have.
There's no doubt. Absolutely. Chris, and we've got to, first of all, as I said earlier, we got to say thanks because we've been using that. Hopefully you'll allow us to continue to use it because it has been a huge part of the show for a while. You got some work over at ourstage.com. That's where some of the downloads where people can go over there and get them. Ourstage.com. Is that correct?
That's correct, and I'm going to probably set a new platform up. A good place to go is my Facebook page and my YouTube site. The Facebook is just Chris Jackson, me, myself, and I. Facebook is a little trickier. It's Chris DJ 614, and so if I do kind of get a better platform for selling some of these, then I'll post that in news.
Absolutely.
Hey, what about give your daughter some love? I know she swims, Chris. What's going on?
Hey, how about this? Hey, Chris, before you get there, I had one of my former players, because I know when Chris had mentioned this in an email that he sent, we were talking to him, I had one of my players ended up at the same university. Chris, your daughter is at University of Sewanee, correct? University of the South?
Yes. Yes, she is. She's on the swim team. Hello, Caitlin. I think she's listening right now. She's a sophomore, and they just had a great meet this weekend where they won the Sewanee Invitational, and they're getting ready for their next meet on Friday, where they'll host Berry College. So,
and I hope. And what's her first name?
Good.
Is it Kristen?
Caitlin.
Okay,
Caitlin.
Caitlin. Now, Caitlin, you make sure you touch that wall first before any other AssClown tries to take that first place award.
Right. Keep that should be your motto from now on.
There you go.
Touch the wall first before any other AssClown. Chris, we can't thank you enough for a few minutes of your time, man. We will keep AssClown alive each and every Tuesday. In fact, that's going to be our next segment. But thank you so much, my man. Anytime you got new work to come out, you let us know. We'll get you back on the show, my friend.
We'll do it. I'll work on Jagger Mahoney for you.
Jagger Mahoney. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. Caitlin, good luck to you,
guys.
too. There you go. Thanks.
Chris Jackson, you will hear AssClown of the weekend next. The actual segment. Oh, there are a few. We'll get to that next right here in the War Room. Yahoo Sports Radio. See you.
Living and breathing everything from the National Football League.
30, Bush 20, Bush 10, Bush 5, Bush end zone, touchdown.
On Yahoo Sports Radio.
No way. Hey, I'm Eric from Sam Adams, here to get craft beer drinkers' reaction as they secretly taste Sam Adams Boston Lager. It's got a good body. It's got a great taste. It's very smooth. I like that. You think you've had this beer before?
No.
This is Sam Adams Boston Lager. Sam Adams!
I was going to say Sam Adams.
That's easy to drink.
It's tasty. It's a very flavorful, drinkable beer.
Smooth, but it does have flavor. I love a Boston Lager.
What this tested is it put Sam Adams back on the map for me.
Boston Beer Company, Boston, Mass. Save responsibly.
Hey, this is Guy Fieri. Now, when your recipe calls for red peppers, chili powder, garlic, and onions, you got the start of some awesome chili and maybe some heartburn. If that's the case, roll out the Rolaids Liquid.
Don't let heartburn keep you from enjoying the things you love. New Rolaids Liquid gets you back in the action fast, even when your worst heartburn symptoms flare up. Rolaids Liquid dual active formula coats and soothes for rapid relief. New Rolaids Liquid in your choice of mint or cherry. Use as directed.
Rolaids? Now that's how you spell relief.
Because sometimes you just need to have a little fun on your morning drive.
This is not a sports show. This is a me show.
The Steve Zabin Show on Yahoo Sports Radio.
Solly, how soon before Scott's daughter Instagrams her? Dude.
Waking up America like no one else.
Are you out of your mind?
Your sports and your fun and frivolity. Because we just can't take ourselves too seriously, now can we?
God, I sound terrible, don't I?
The Steve Zabin Show. Morning, 6 a.m. Eastern on Yahoo Sports Radio.
Want a home security system, but you're not sure which monitoring company to choose? Consider this. Unlike cable and other providers who are new to home security, ADT has been helping protect homes for more than 100 years. Plus, ADT has the most monitoring centers of any service provider, so you can be sure your service will never be interrupted. And now you can get an ADT monitored system worth $850 for free. You pay just a $99 installation charge and monthly monitoring for less than $2 a day. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer today. Call 1-888-649-6677. License numbers CA ACO 6320 KY City of Louisville 483 FLEC 13003427 EC 13003401. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms. Why choose anyone but the nation's home security leader to help protect your home? Call 1-888-649-6677. That's 1-888-649-6677.
After a super stay at La Quinta, you know what business traveler Barry Sullivan does?
On your budget, others will give you this. But I can give you this.
He gives them more bang for their buck. La Quinta Inns and Suites. Book now at LQ.com.
You know you want Yahoo Sports Radio on the go, right? Go to yahoosportsradio.com and get our new mobile app. Free from Quicken Loans. Or search Yahoo Sports Radio in your app store.
Do you know what's more embarrassing than failing to perform in the bedroom? Waiting in line at the pharmacy to waste a fortune on male enhancement pills. Now you can experience incredible sexual performance free of embarrassment and without breaking the bank. Because we're about to send you a full-size supply of Bravado in a discreet package, absolutely risk-free. Call this toll-free number now, 1-800-947-5859. Bravado is one of the safest male enhancement pills available, guaranteed to deliver real results, fast and free of side effects. It will increase your libido, endurance, and improve your sexual performance fast. It'll skyrocket your confidence in the bedroom and give you and your partner a more satisfying experience. Before you pay even a penny per pill, to prove it works, we'll give you a full-size supply to use absolutely risk-free. Call toll-free 1-800-947-5859. If lines are busy, don't give up. Call again. That's a 30-day risk-free trial at 1-800-947-5859. 1-800-947-5859.
You said you wanted a football show. Now there's nothing better than this.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
The former quarterback, Sean Salisbury. The expert of the X's and O's, John Harris. Salisbury, Harris.
It's the War Room on Yahoo Sports Radio.
Y'all put on the show today.
It's the War Room. Back now on Yahoo Sports Radio.
Tuesday, that means it is. Hit it, Sal.
AssClown. Oh, AssClown. Ooh, AssClown. Ooh, AssClown.
So fun to have talked to Chris Jackson. We've been using this song for what?
I'm gonna start calling
year and a half? If you get a Jag Mahoney song,
dude. That's coming out on my shirt too. Just Mahoney.
It's coming out.
I like it. It has
Mahoney.
an Irish drinking kind of theme to it.
It does.
Yep,
exactly.
Well, like Chris,
like a bunch of like rugby guys or soccer guys going in there and drinking.
Yeah, like
in
they sing
Irish
it in a pub, like
yes.
a Danny Boy or whatever.
Like here we go, here we go, here we go. Yeah, it's one of those.
Exactly. It would sound just like that too.
By me.
Exactly. All right, here we go. AssClown of the weekend. Let's start number one. I think this one's easy. Richie Incognito. Any disagreement?
No, and some teammates are defending him, as of course they would and they should. I'm wondering if those guys weren't part of the bullying themselves, and some are, defending Jonathan Martin. But you can't defend a guy who's done it time and time again. Some guys may still like him, but it's inexcusable to beat a guy down so bad emotionally and mentally. The scars are just as bad as if you hit him physically.
Absolutely. So Richie Incognito's one. How about Richie Incognito's dad? At number two, who has been posting on message boards throughout and has been found out. And, it's... Hey, let me give you a little hint with message boards. Nope.
Can you picture...
Don't.
Can you picture...
Avoid.
Can you picture your mother and father or dad going on a message board, first of all, or calling the coach, or going on a message board and saying stuff on, like, I can't, my Twitter and Facebook and my dad, not that it's wrong that parents go on Facebook, don't misunderstand me. I think it's good, it's fine. I don't.
Under an alias to protect me, stay away,
That's
Mom,
exactly
Dad.
Right. What I'm talking about is go on Facebook to sit there and start throwing stuff out there. And I know as dads, I think a Vietnam vet and all that, and you want to protect your kid. Right. I get that. But you can protect your kid without throwing crazy stones elsewhere.
We used to have a what's it called? God dang it. A chat room with the show that would go along live with the show when we were doing the afternoon a few years ago. And I told my wife, I said, stay out of there. She goes, why? I said, stay out. What'd she do? She went in there and she started seeing some of the things that were said. And then I said, get out of there.
You're not going to like all the stuff you see.
You're not going to do any good.
That's right. Not
just
only that,
stay out.
You're going to get You're going to get the guy who's looking for a reaction. Some good, some bad, some in between. I love doing live chats, like I'd love to do one every Sunday, a national chat, but the people who are sensitive are saying, ooh, I don't want to see that. Hey, you're going to get guys to do it just to see if they can get a reaction out of it.
Right, absolutely.
Opinion's good. Bullying's not.
Incognito's dad, 1 and 2. Number 3, how about Auburn fan who broke into an Alabama's fan's car and left an Auburn Christmas ornament in the car? That's actually kind of funny.
That's kind of cool.
That's kind of
funny.
funny.
No damage to the car?
I don't think so.
No damage to the car. Didn't steal anything, the rest of it?
But he left an Auburn ornament.
I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, actually.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to give him, we'll give you the AssClown, but behind the scenes when the song's over, I'm going to high-five you. I think that's pretty good.
Number 4, Eric Villeux.
Who?
He's a coach, hockey coach in Quebec.
Okay.
I'll have to show you his meltdown. He took, players' sticks are pretty expensive in hockey.
Mm-hmm.
He took all
Especially
of their
when the NHL's not providing them.
Right. Well, this was in a junior league. And I say junior league, that doesn't always mean like
It's
juniors.
called pay for your own.
Yeah. Well, those kids' sticks, all gone because Coach, in a meltdown, threw them all over the ice. It's one of the all-time meltdowns you've ever seen. That's at number 4. Number 5, during
That guy cares a little too much, right?
A little too much. During the second intermission of the WHL's Victoria Royals game on Saturday, Marty the Marmot, mascot, partook in a game of musical chairs with a few lucky fans. When Marty kicked an inflatable chair away from one of the man responded by body slamming Marty the Marmot, then dragging the poor mascot around by the foot. As the crowd and staff on the ice looked stunned, wondering if this was part of the act, it soon became clear that it was not, as Marty lay on the ice for a few seconds before a staff member finally came to see if he was okay. Rule to AssClown: you don't hit a mascot. Ever.
Another rule to the AssClown: you're there for a reason to have some fun.
Yeah.
Of course the mascot's going to do something silly. Stop these. As your ego
That's why
that
you're an
big.
AssClown.
Yeah, of course.
As to the mean-spirited contestant, he left the ice to a chorus of boos and was apparently dealt with by arena security.
And I would imagine he's not welcome back.
I would imagine he's not coming back. I think Marty the Marmot wins that one. AssClown on the weekend, well, it's an incognito. Ultimate 11, that's a different story. We'll do that next, right here in the War Room. See you.
Living and breathing everything from the National Football League.
Intercepted. Cushing with a diving pick to the end zone. It is a Houston touchdown.